taken! Sick. I'm not even meant to be here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very last-minute thing. I just got a phone call from the festival and they said, hey, do you want to do a gig at the Palais? And I looked at my wife and children and went, fucking do I? It's not true, it's not true. I love my wife. The other three, they don't even pay rent, but I love my wife. She's the best. She's a massive hippie, right? She's such a hippie that we have to tell close friends that we're vaccinated, and they're like, oh, I wouldn't have thought so. I'm like, no, we read. She's infinitely smarter than me, and in general, I just go with everything she says. Like the time she said to me, I'm going to have a home birth. I'm like, pardon? Here? This is not sanitary. I'd go for an industrial kitchen at the least, but you know, not my uterus. She goes, no, I'm going to do it in a pool beside the bed. I'm like, we don't have a pool beside... I'm getting a pool, aren't I? She went, yeah. We also got a Scandinavian midwife. I'm like, woohoo, that sounds like money. And she asked me a really weird question at one point. She goes, hey, Harley, how are you with poo? I'm like, indifferent. She went, I only asked because during labour she's going to shit. And I think that is important information if you didn't know it. And also, it makes sense when you think about the human body, right? It's not like when a woman is trying to push a human out of her vagine that her bowels are going, what's that pushing for? No, not us. Close the rear sphincter! The day itself was a beautiful affair, right? There was women everywhere. My wife was there, but she was contractually obliged. We had 2 midwives. We had a doula. If you don't know what a doula is, that's a very expensive friend. My mother-in-law was there as well, who is just like a next-level hippie. She's off the charts. She was dinging bells and fucking setting off fire alarms, right? It was just all going on. And her daughter, my wife, was in the bath and just in the fucking throes of it, right? I was like, the midwife wasn't wrong. And my mother-in-law popped out and came back from the kitchen with the sieve, which I was very appreciative of, to be honest with you. I was in that pool. I was like, get that bit. What's that? She was just skimming the top like it's an oversized fish tank. It was beautiful. It was lovely. And then my wife let out this amazing sound, the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. She just roared like a primal beast, and then this human swan dived into the pool. She just picked it up with one hand, lamped it on her chest, and all the other women went into an ancient chant. More women came flying through the windows, started running ribbons around the maypole. It was all a bit overwhelming, to be honest with you. I went out the back to have a bong, and I was just trying to fit in, and I came back in after my medicine, and I noticed that my mother-in-law was at the sink and she was washing the sieve. I cautiously went up to her and I just went, hey, Marianne, I'm not loaded, but I'm definitely on new sieve money, so I reckon we could go ahead and put that piece of shit in the bin. Anyway, she doesn't like waste, so pasta for everybody. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great festival.